Whoa. What the fuck is going on? Why is there no Airbus on my channel? Well guys, I have something special for you. I told you guys a couple videos ago that I was working on something special, and I was working on flying other aircraft and getting comfortable with other aircraft, and I was not lying. Here we go guys. This is the brand new X-Crafts Embraer 175 available for X-Plane. It came out just before Christmas, I believe December 20th. I had a friend who looked into it. He kind of was on the fence with it. He was unsure about the FMC. As I'm sure you guys know, judging by the type of aircraft that I fly at, I like study aircraft. I like the flight factors and the jar designs and the Aerosoft back in my FSX days and stuff like that. I like having an FMS and something to program, and it gives that realistic feeling, you know. So anyway guys, without further ado, let's jump inside the cockpit and see what this plane has to offer us. Alrighty, so here we are guys. Let's take a quick look around here. I can actually back up. Fairly accurate. I don't know if any of you have ever been in a... Oh, no, we went too far. I don't know if any of you have ever been inside of an Embraer. This is basically exactly what it looks like. Small little cockpit. It's kind of got that weird little joystick thingy in the middle, but yeah, it's a very well designed aircraft. I have my views set up and everything, my quick commands all set up, and yeah, just overall it is a pretty nice aircraft. So what we're going to do guys is I've already filed by flight plan. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tune to tower. And actually what's cool about this aircraft is it has this little pop-up menu which gives me my radio, so I don't have to go down here and fuck around with my views and stuff like that. I actually have a quick little link right here. So we're going to go over to COM1 and we're going to look for 126.7. Giving that to 7 and 126. There we are, connected, and we'll get our backup as 1334. 133.4. Alright, so we can go ahead and close that for now until he gives us our squawk code. And I'm going to go ahead and call him up. Minneapolis Tower, good afternoon, sir. Delta 1237, looking to grab IFR clearance into Toronto Pearson as filed, please.
Delta 1237, to Toronto Airport. This is the flight plan up again.
Hey, affirmative, sir. And just a heads up, your mic is extremely low for me. I'm not sure if it's like that for the others on the frequency, but I am having a hard time understanding things. Always be nice, guys. Just give it a friendly heads up.
1237 Minneapolis Tower, how do you read?
And I've got you about 4x5 now. Thanks.
1237 Minneapolis Tower, clear to the Toronto Airport via the departure and transition that is filed. Come via the SID, top altitude 7,000. The course of frequency is going to be on Unicom. Stand by for squawk. Delta 1237, your squawk is going to be 3647.
Ready, clear to the Toronto Pearson, as filed, Wellston 6, Green Bay transition, then as filed, climb via the SID, maintain 7,000 and 3647 in the box. Delta 1237.
Delta 1237, your readback is correct.
Alright guys, so with all of that information that we have just gained, we can now go and try and work this little funky FMS that comes with this plane. Actually, before we forget, let's pull up our radios here. And let's look back down. Let's go ahead and set this TA all, and our squawking is 3647. Alright, there we go, we got that. Now, he said, I'm going to ask him here. Alright guys, and while we wait for that, we can go down here. So, this is our MCDU index panel. Very different from the jar design. Took me a couple flights to get it set up, but I'm pretty sure I have the understanding of it now. So basically what you do is we're going to go ahead and plan our departure. So we're going to be departing KMSP. Enter that in here, Minneapolis St. Paul International, which is good. We're going to select our runway. What are the winds right now? 324 at 11. Alright, let's go. This won't be hard to fix, guys, if we have to do it. Let's go runway. What are we closest to? 30 left? No, 30 right. Alright, so we'll go 30 right. Enter that. And we'll select our SID, standard departure, which is going to be the Walston 6 departure. Next, which, there it is, Walston 6. I'm going to go ahead and enter that, and we're going to select our transition, which is Green Bay. Perfect. So, everything should be stored there. We're going to go back to our MCDU index, and before we enter anything else, we're going to go ahead and go over to our arrival page. Our arrival page today is going to be CYYZ, which is Toronto Pearson International. I'm going to select a runway. Right now, with the winds looking the way they are, we're going to plan for a ILS 24 right. We're going to select our arrival, which is going to be the Embraer 1 with the Wiseman transition, I believe, is what I'm looking for. Which it is, yes. So Wiseman transition, we're going to go ahead and click that. And we're going to select our approach, which is PICMA, which is the ILS 24 right. And we're going to select our final, which is our ILS I24 right. There we go. All of that is done. We can go over to our MCDU, and now to execute all of that, and you will see a little red line. They're trying to fix it right now so that it's not red and it should be pink. But now if I go to execute, you should see the line, and there it is. So our flight plan has executed, and what we can do now is we can just click on this little flight plan, and we can go through and make sure that everything is good. So from KMSP, we're going to fix shine, which all looks good. Wellston, there's our Green Bay transition, and nothing in between, Wiseman, and then we have our arrival. And yeah, there it is. So what we can do now, guys, is we can manually enter our altitudes, but what I'm going to do is, while we're in flight, I'll go ahead and look at the charts for Toronto, and I'll go ahead and, I won't bore you guys with programming that right now and looking through the charts and stuff. I'm sure you have all done that. So, as far as our flight plan, we are pretty much set up. Now, what I can do is I can go back down into here, and these actually come out as pop-ups. So what I can do is I can just go over to here, and I can go to our plan, and what I can do is I can actually just cycle right through our plan by using this. So, let's just make sure everything looks kind of normal, which it does. Okay, and then we have to go to our next page, which is there. Alright, kind of weird, but that's okay. Alright, anyways, we can pick up the ILS when we come down here into the right. But, yeah, everything looks good with that. So what we can do is we can go ahead and close that. Over back to our index. Alright, so everything for that is pretty much set up. That's everything. I mean, what we can do is I can actually go ahead in here and I can set everything up. So what I can do is I can set our target altitude, which is going to be 7,000 feet, which is what he called. And do not reach a greater speed of 247 knots with a vert speed of, we're going to go ahead and legal input, okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put 2,000 feet. Set that as our vert speed. Everything is good. And runway heading, that's fine, we can leave that for now. Alright. So if you actually look here, what it's done, so it's set my altitude for 7,000. It's got my verses. As soon as I hit my autopilot, it should be automatically set for 2,000 feet, and always hit my FMS now that I know that it is a FMS. Alright. So, everything seems to be set up there. We go back over to here. Alright. Now, fuel is already set, so what I can do is I can go up here, and I can start doing some things over here. So let's go ahead and get our fuel pumps on. DC pump to auto. Passengers, go ahead and get those seatbelt signs on. Actually, what we can do is we can go over here, and we can close our doors. Comes with a little pop-up panel on the side here, guys, as well. So I have a full checklist as well, which I won't get into yet. I've kind of just figured out how to start the plane on my own from the JAR and all the other payware aircraft that I've flown. I haven't had any problems with it. So let's just thank that. All right, so let's go back up here. So what we can do is we can get our beacon light on, and we can get our tail light on as well. Packs can stay off for now. Pack leads, anti-ice can stay off as well. Hydraulics can go on. Everything else looks good. Going off of my house right now. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I apologize about that, guys. I just bought a house and I'm renting out the basement to a young lady, and she set off some alarm on the house alarm. I had to figure out. Anyways, back to the plane. All right, so we have our doors closed, correct? Let me look around here. Yes, doors are closed. Everything is good. All right, we are identing on. Everything is looking good. Alright, so what we can do now is we can go back up top. Our fuel pumps on. Yes, they are on. Fuel pumps are on. So we can go ahead and select that. And what we can do is we can go ahead and fire up the APU. You'll hear it start up. Alright, we'll leave that on. Bleed 1, bleed 2. And we'll go down here, and right in the middle here you should see APU 90%. As soon as it gets to 100%, we can go ahead and disconnect our ground power. We should see a fuel burn start as well. And there's our 100% APU. So we can go over here and we can hit up this, and we can ground objects, bye-bye, GPU, bye-bye. We can go ahead and call our pushback. Alright. Everything is looking good. APU is on. what we're gonna do is I'm not sure which runway he's gonna give me. Hopefully he gives me 30 right, but we're just gonna do a straight push. Should be a 60 meters. About that, yeah. Alright, so let's go ahead and call him up. There he is. So let's go 60 meters straight
Roger.
pushback.
Understand straight pushback. 60 meters. Please confirm brakes released.
Alright, so we go ahead and release our parking brake.
Roger.
And confirmed.
Thanks. Pushback will begin shortly.
Alright, there's our acknowledgement. Let's go down here. We can go do this. Alright. And our pushback has started. So what we can do, guys, we can go over here and we can pop this guy open, set this to auto, and we can actually go ahead and start engine number 2. And you will hear it spooling up. And that should be enough. Down to run. And there we go. We have fuel flow. Engine 1 is on. Alright. And we're going to go ahead and do the same thing.
Complete. We will disconnect now.
Let's go ahead, parking brake on.
Have a great flight.
Alright, and engine 1, same thing, over to start. You see a fuel flow, there's our N2. N2 gets to about there, and we can let go. Over to run. Perfect. And there we have it. Engine 1's on, engine 2 is on as well. Alright, let's go ahead and close these just in case so we don't hit any buttons by accident. We can go ahead and lock the cockpit door as well. Go back here. Alright, so judging by this, he's going to want us to go to the left. Let's hope. Alright, let's go back inside the plane. Alright guys, we can do a quick flight control check. Full left, full right, full down, full up. And rudder. Full left, full right. Alright, everything looks good there. Alright. So we can go ahead and call him back. We're just gonna go ahead and let him know that he's let us whatever for runway 30 left. I'm pretty sure he said it, but I don't know. Minneapolis Tower, Delta 1237 is ready to taxi your runway 30 left, I believe you gave me.
Delta 1237, Minneapolis Tower, that's runway 30 right.
Okay. Ready, sir, expect 30 right. I'll go ahead and plan that into the FMC now. Alright, departure, so it's going to be 30 right. Alright, and the SID is going to be the Walston 6 and transition Green Bay. And then we'll go back here and we'll execute that. Alright, so now we can go to flight plan, and there we go. Everything should look good, which it does. Perfect. SID edit. There we go. Alright. Everything looks good. Alright. Back down to here. Minneapolis Tower, Delta 1237 is ready to taxi 30 right.
Delta 1237, runway 30 right, you can taxi by Mach.
Right via Papa for Delta 1237. Alright, so 30 right is right there. That's perfect. Alright. So, park brakes are released. Give a little bit of throttle, and let's turn ourselves.
Go ahead. This is Alpha. Bravo. Excellent Alpha.
So we're going to want to go here to Papa. So guys, I've done 2 flights of this plane so far. I am liking it. I like the flight controls. I find they're very responsive, very realistic. It has been very fun to fly. I kind of forget all my lights though because there's no checklist. It's got our taxi lights on and our nav lights on. And seatbelt signs are already on. Right. The visual models of the plane are spectacular. All 4K resolution. The plane itself comes with 10, but there's also a community that is making them free as well. So if you have any requests or anything like that, I'm sure they can be taken care of. Alright, so what we can do is we can go ahead and get the APU off now. Bleeds could stay on, packs could stay off. Hold short, Pt.1. Alright guys, flaps set to 2, spoilers are armed, and auto brake can get set to max RTO. Inside the cabin views for you guys, I've set my views all up already. Like that ground sound, but whatever. Little rubber.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. That's 1237 Minneapolis Tower. If you take off from the 30 right, then 310 at 12.
Clear for takeoff, 30 right, Delta 1237. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and get our strobe lights coming on and landing lights going on as well. Beautiful pictures though. Very nice frames on this plane as well. If you're kind of you're in the middle between, I know the jar is very heavy on frames. This plane is very nice so far on frames. Alright guys, we're looking for a V rotate of about 115, 120 knots. We'll do our usual. So actually what I like to do with this aircraft, which I've read to do, is flight director goes on and the auto throttle gets set. And what that does is it brings it to toga. It should at least. There's toga. Alright, there's our V1 and rotate. Right, and positive climb, gear up. Alright, and flaps 1.
This is the 342, Minneapolis Tower, CMC, Duluth Airport, files, on by a big, altitude, going to be 7,000, and, function frequency by Unicom clock, platform.
Alright, so he did log off. Alright, so we are out of here. And well, we just click off that for now. Alright guys, and what we can do is we can go ahead and select our autopilot. And nav mode. There we go. And altitude 7,000 is set. Let's go versus. There we go, about 1,800, let's say. Had it set to 2,000, we'll go about 1,800. Alright, and our altitude can go up as well. Let's actually bring it up to about 310. There we go. and flaps all the way up. Just didn't mean to hit that. Alright, and our tail light can come off and taxi lights can go off. Alrighty, so overall, decent departure. I'm kind of getting used to the flight controls of this plane still. Takes quite a bit of getting used to. Flies, again, extremely different than the JAR, as to be expected, right? But overall, I am liking it so far. It's a lot of fun, actually. It's a lot of fun to get into a small plane. You know, I do, you know, mainly, you know, hour and a half to 2.5 hour flights, so what's better than a little regional jet to be doing those in, right? So it's a good time. I'm enjoying myself so far. Alright, and actually what we could do is we go over to our radio panel and program. Where's this all the way down there? For some reason this seems to turn off every time as well. I'm not really sure why. 1, 2, 2. 1, 2, 2. Decimate. I wonder if it's just easier to do it here and look down. Pretty sure it is. Yeah. 1, 2, 2, 8. Alright. Sucks center went offline, but what can you do? Alrighty guys, well there we are coming through 10,000 feet. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm sorry I am not as professional as I would be on the JAR yet, but it is a brand new plane. That being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Actually, our packs can come on. And so can our window heat. Anyways, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this short little video. And if you did, make sure you leave a like. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so I know you guys like this and I should do more videos just like this. Anyways, guys, cheers and thank you for tuning in.